Hello, I am Averill Catfish, and in today's video I will be showing you how to build the One World Tower in Minecraft. This video is the probably fourth attempt that I can give for trying to build this, trying to build this video in general. This has been actually a nightmare to try and both upload and also sort out. I've been hit with several copyright claims when people have claimed their music is copyright free when it's not, and yeah, it's been a bit of just a spiral around the drain pole. But hopefully this video, if it makes it through, will be the actual video that comes out. And so I think a big thing that I've had, which I've noticed, is this is also the third time now trying to do the audio. Because every time I've done the audio beforehand, it seems to have just disjointed with the video. So for whatever reason, it's just put random gaps in the video, and then suddenly the audio is nearly twice as long as the actual video itself, which I think is insane. I don't know how it's happened. As fair warning for this build, you need to build it on a super flat world. You can see from this video that we are on level 8, and you need to be no higher than level 8 for this build to work properly. Otherwise you will be, and I mean, you could probably go up to level 12, for example, but I really do doubt you're going to be able to fit this build properly. My preference is level 8 or below. So on the floor here we have a 35 by 35 square, which I'm just filling in. So what you want to do is, with the smooth quartz blocks, which by the way you need smooth quartz blocks, go through and fill in a square on the floor. And so, as I say, smooth quartz blocks, that's what you need for this. And it's a 35 by 35 square on the floor. As I say, it's been a bit of a nightmare with this video because I've done so much different stuff trying to make sure it actually comes out properly and looks good. But it's this is my hopefully final attempt because I'm really sick of this now. Yeah. So 35 blocks on the floor there completed, and now you want to go up by 35 blocks again. So 2, 3, 4, 5. $20. And there's your 35 blocks. So on all 4 corners, take it up 35 blocks. Now, the reason you're doing this and doing it on each of the corners and counting it out rather than just filling it in is to make sure it is exactly 35 blocks, because you don't want to accidentally do it and then suddenly realise it's not 35 blocks, because that would just be really upsetting. In the same way that on the floor, for example, although I personally did fill in a square, the way I recommend you guys do it is 35 blocks and then count 35 blocks and keep counting the 35 blocks so you know it's definitely 35 blocks when it comes to it. And yeah, so as I say, this is the 4th time trying to upload this. I have lost countless times where the audio has not matched up properly with the actual video. So I'm hoping this will be the one time it actually does work, because if it doesn't, I will be really, really disappointed. Yes, I will be making sure that the video and audio are matched up properly, because I'm really sick of it. Like, the first time I tried to export it, it took 2 hours to export, this is going to take 2 hours to export, there's no denying that. But the problem I had was I started rewatching it as a playback, and all of a sudden there were jumps in the video, and there was random bits where it went black, and it was like, why is there random bits where it jumps and goes black? What's going on? And then so I redid it, I got all that sorted out, and all of a sudden the audio's like 10 minutes too long, and it's like, oh no. But as you can see here, you go across and you fill it all in out at the top, so you have a giant hollow cube. As I say, this is probably, if you do follow this tutorial, going to be one of the biggest builds you have on your world as a height thing. I can't guarantee it will be the biggest build you've ever had, but I can guarantee you that in terms of height it is gigantic. And that's not a brag, it's just the way it is. Next, you want to go ahead and go 6 blocks from the edge, so 3, 6 there, and 6 blocks from the edge on the other side. And then in the space between, you want to delete all the quartz blocks. So for me, I quickly marked in the center just so I knew where the center was, but you don't need to do that. So you go ahead, that's 6 blocks there. Now for me, I followed what I saw on the internet. So I followed I followed a reference image for the real One World Trade Center that I found online. I'm pretty sure it was just a concept art, but this One World Trade Center that I saw the concept image for only had 2 street-facing sides, and then you got 5, and then you got 5 on the other side, 3, 4, 5. But you don't just go up 5; you go up a lot higher. That part there where I go inside, that's me talking about the fact that I don't do floors. So if you guys want to do floors for your build, do go ahead and do it. I won't stop you, and my recommendation is you use smooth sandstone for the floors. However, I don't personally do them purely because I like to try and get on with builds. So as you can see at the minute, it's 5 blocks tall here. So in a minute, we'll be going up just a tiny bit higher just to fill it in a tiny bit better. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so that's how tall it will be. It will be 13 blocks. So after that first upload that had the blank screens, and then the second upload where the audio was completely disconnected, I then upload it finally, because I finally got the audio kind of matched up. It's not perfect, because that was an issue I really had, was I couldn't get it to match, because for whatever reason the video is really long and then all the audio got all corrupted, and so I got it as close as I could get it without it being silly. And then, so remember 13 blocks, and then I finally get to uploading it to YouTube, and I found a lo-fi mix that claimed it was copyright free, and so I go to upload it, and then I get a copyright claim from it, and I think to myself, how did this happen? This video claims it's copyright free, and I don't understand why it's not. And it's telling me, because I've only got 90 subscribers at this minute, you know, as this is 98 I think actually now, but I don't know how advertisement works on YouTube. So as you can see here, I used light grey glass, and I filled in all the space between here and the glass. And so yeah, my big problem I've got is I suddenly get this big thing coming up from this big company saying, oh yes, you've copyright it. It's not that my channel gets demonetized or anything, it means that it becomes monetized, and I don't know how advertising works. So I don't want to, and then you want to move to Underside quickly, terribly. So I'm both moaning and trying to do a tutorial. So my thing is I don't know how the advertising system works, and I'm trying my best to learn, but this other YouTube channel who are, once again, on the YouTube channel video, they claim it's copyright free. So why claim that if it's not? You know, as this is, I'm trying to do my best here, and as you can see with the video, you want to take the underside up to the height that I'm putting it up to, so up to the limit of the 13 blocks tall pillar thing where the glass is. So I even put a message on the YouTube video just saying this isn't copyright free, like I got a claim come through, and like nowhere else on the video does it say that you need to do anything. And this person comes back and they claim, oh, stop lying about this, you know, you just need to email this person to get it, and you have to give like a, you have to give proper, what's the word, you have to give proper, like you have to say this is someone else's music. And the thing that I didn't understand was, why didn't it say that in the video? You know, if it says copyright free, in the description, it has to say what it is and why it is, you know. Oh yeah, it's copyright free as long as you give, you know, respects to the person who made the music. You know, don't get me wrong, I will pay respects to the person who played the music. However, that doesn't help me at all, because as far as I'm concerned, the video gets uploaded and advertisements still put on the video, and I get nothing, whereas the person who originally uploaded this music, which is once again apparently copyright free, gets to monetize my video, which I don't want to do yet, because I don't know how it works. Right, so you fill up the andesite to that level there. You do not take it any higher nor any lower. Next, we're going to do the other two sides, because they also need to have some kind of patterning, otherwise it's going to be a random bit of glass. So, you want to go 6 up from the top and 6 up from the side, and that's what this entire process is you're about to watch. I use Blackstone just to kind of mark out where it is on my screen. So remember, it's 6 blocks across and 6 blocks up. And you want to do that for all 4 corners. And after you've done that, you then want to go in and fill in all those corners. But once again, you'll get there when you get there. The video obviously, you know, hasn't caught you up just yet. Oh, You know what's really sad is very recently I was I love Lego and most of my stuff is Lego Star Wars, but I recently got into really enjoying the Lego Hidden Side stuff, which was a brand that came out. It was like the spooky Halloween type. I know it's not Halloween exactly, but it was a spooky theme which was really fun, and I was really hyped for the idea of it. And it's really sad because it's only just gone out of being stocked by Lego or other supermarkets, which is quite sad, but it is what it is. And I got quite a fair amount of it, but problem is eBay, I just can't trust them enough because a lot of Lego seems to disappear when it's bought from eBay, which is really sad. And I don't mean Lego disappears, I mean to say like bits disappear. I think the worst time I was scammed on eBay was there was a set that I bought which was an Imperial Transport. And this was when I was relatively new on eBay, so I had no idea what was going on. I knew what fake Lego was, and I knew to look out for it, but I didn't know how to deal with it properly, if you know what I mean. So, with the back here, then quickly, you then repeat that same idea again on this bit. So, 6 up from the bottom, and then 6 across. But the thing I had, which I had really big issue with, was basically, I got this Imperial shuttle thing. So, it was, in Star Wars Rebels, there is the Gazanti class cruiser, basically, which it was an Imperial light cruiser thing. You see it in The Mandalorian as well. It's when the Bo-Katan and Din all get on to the big light Imperial cruiser that goes off into hyperspace. So, I bought that off of eBay, and I got it for a really good price, what I was thinking. And it claimed it came with all the minifigures, and it was an exciting time, and I was very much like, ooh, this is a really good price kind of thing. I'm a happy man. And it arrives at mine, and all the Lego's fine. There's nothing wrong at all with the Lego, but the problem I found was the minifigure. So it came with all the minifigures were fine except for one, and the one minifigure that wasn't fine was Sabine Wren. And so when I say that, Sabine Wren in this set was she came with her Mandalorian helmet, and so I basically open the set, check this out, and all of a sudden Sabine Wren doesn't have, she's just not Lego, it's pretend Lego. And so as an adult I've come to realise now that basically the person scammed me. So next you want to go to light grey glass and then go in one block, as you can see what I'm doing in the video. So the person scammed me on eBay, and of course I was too young to realise that the person was scamming. And so I sent a message to the person saying, oh yeah, like the Sabine Wren isn't real Lego, like I'm really disappointed, like can you not do that? And of course, I didn't think in my younger head, like, oh yeah, this person's trying to get away with it, and they have just gotten away with it, in theory. I should have basically checked on eBay how much Sabine Wren was priced at, and said, right, you've specifically chosen not to sell me Sabine Wren with the factual knowledge that Sabine Wren is a very expensive character in Lego. Now, as you can see here, you want to go across 3 blocks from the edge there, so you get 4 pillars up. So 3, 3, 3, 3. And then you want to go all the way up to the top here, and that's why the glass at the back is inset like it is. So, as I say, I don't have a problem if you're gonna, like, for example, I didn't send the Gazanti cruiser back because, to be quite frank, I wanted the cruiser, because the cruiser itself is a really cool spaceship, and I thought it was really cool, and like with the mini TIE fighters I thought it was really cool. Next, you want to get Underside Walls, and you want to take it all the way up along where the Underside is, that you can see there. But as I say, it just really bugged me because it's just like, it was taking advantage. And for many people who are fans of Lego, and me personally, as I say, this is one of those times I got done, was I realised that you can't trust people on eBay. You can have a certain level of trust, but if you ever buy Lego or anything like that, make sure that it's the actual real deal kind of thing. And, you know, the way you do that is you check to make sure it says the word Lego on every block. You know, it's very easy to, I know, it's not rocket science, but for, like, a parent or a grandparent who doesn't know for Lego what the important stuff is that makes it Lego, they might just buy something thinking it is real Lego and get scammed, which is exactly what a lot of these bastards are doing. Excuse my language, I'm not trying to swear, it's just these people are disgusting human beings who are trying to lie to people. You know, it's when you see what looks like a Lego minifigure and you go, wow, that looks like a really good deal, and then obviously, you know, if you're a very young person or a very old person who doesn't quite understand you know, what actually is going on with these things, you could get scammed, and it's very easy to do, and it's not very fair, you know. It's I think more funnily is I got an email through from, a text message through from air quotes the Royal Mail, end quotes. So it was an 07 number, So first of all, that's just some guy's mobile. Second of all, this text message was saying, "Hi, we have your package and you need to pay like £2.99 to like get it back." Next, get out your andesite and then fill in all the wall here. I'm sorry, I'm really being eclectic with my talking. It's just, I'm trying to have a conversation, have a chat about other stuff while I'm working. So only take the wall up as high as it is. So as you can see, so you want the walls on all sides to be the same height. And the other thing that gave me away that there's something wrong was I got sent this message at like 1:07 in the morning. And the Royal Mail is like a 9 till 5, barely kind of would work. So like, what do you mean 7 o'clock, like 1 o'clock in the morning? Go away. And the last thing that gave it away was in the UK, it's .co.uk. And so when I get a .com, I have to question what that is. Right, for this part here, I made a bit of a mistake. So what I recommend you do is recommend you fill in all the glass. So from one end to the other. And then as you can see, I go up by 2, and then 2, and then 2. And as you can see, it goes up by 2 every time, up until you get to the top of where the white stuff is at the top here, so the white quartz. And as you can see, it gets up to 1. So then once again, you go all the way up, and 2, 2, 2, all the way up. But yeah, as I say, I'm trying to think about other things to talk about whilst I'm doing the tutorial, because otherwise it will just be me saying 1, 2, 3, 4, like an army marching man kind of thing. I just need to try and balance the timings better, because I'm halfway through a point I'm trying to make, and then suddenly, oh god, fill in all the glass. But as I say, this is what I recommend you do on all sides. So fill in all the glass, and then go through and add the parts on the inside, just to make your life a bit easier. I finally found, on an unrelated topic, and once again with this as well, you need to fill in the white quartz where I said again, so up by 2 and then in 1. But I basically found, so with Ben & Jerry's, there's a specific type of Ben & Jerry's I've not had for years. I didn't have it for ages, since I was a kid. And it's like this mix-up where it's got cookie dough and fudge brownie. And I gotta say, like, cookie dough and fudge brownie, that is the bomb. I tried this green and blacks, and one of my good friends at university, he absolutely loves it. He says it's the best ice cream he's ever had. And you know what? I cannot disagree. The ice cream itself, mwah. Like, if you want really good ice cream, go get that green and blacks. But if there's one thing I could recommend to green and blacks is get chocolate chips. So as you can see on screen, fill in all the glass all the way across, and at all points fill in all the glass. But green and blacks, you gotta put some chocolate chips, man. Like, your ice cream is good, and I cannot deny that as an absolute fact, but it needs something to give me something to bite on. Maybe I've gotten too used to that Ben & Jerry's life or something. But as you can see here, on all the areas where you've put the glass and filled up with the V shape, the upside down V shape, go across 1, and as you can see, 1 from the edge. And then go all the way up from here, up to the top, where once again, 1 stop where the glass is kind of thing. And the idea is it makes it look like this glass is live. Now, that sounds pretty crazy when I put it like that, but it means that the glass looks 3D almost. Like, it looks you could look at it and go, oh wow, look at the detailing kind of thing. It's a lot of detailing. You know, it's not massive detailing, but it's enough detailing that you can look at it and appreciate what it is. You know, at the start, that was filmed obviously after I'd built the One World Trade Center, and the building next to it. I'm really excited for that one, because the idea is it's basically a skyscraper, and then the way you get through into the skyscraper is in through a greenhouse. So I've got a whole bunch of bees in there, I've got a whole bunch of parrots, and then there's also fish. And I think that'll be one of the next videos you guys do get to see from the channel. So if you'd like that, to see that, obviously give it a like, give it a comment saying you'd like to see it, that kind of thing. I'm trying to get my best with these YouTube things as well, you know. YouTube's brand new, you know. It's not brand new. Like, I've been watching it, but me uploading to it is brand new, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a lot of fun with this, but it's a slow process. And as I found with a video like this one here, it takes, oh god, it takes hours of effort for not a lot of payout. I don't think I will probably not get much payoff for this. And by payoff, I don't mean like money. I'm talking like actually the video, both like quality and like view time and, you know, general enjoyment. You know, it's a thing of I've personally enjoyed making it, don't get me wrong, but it's I hope you guys enjoy it as well. You know, if there's any way you can think I can improve these tutorials, please do comment it, because I really need to know what I can do to make these things better, because if you guys don't tell me what you want to see, I can't tell you what you want to see. You know, I can't make it suddenly happen because I don't know. And once again, as I say, is just follow what I'm doing on screen with this tutorial here. So all the way to where the top of the glass is, and then come back down. That's one of the things with Bedrock is with the controller, it doesn't seem to go down naturally. Like, I can't hold down, go down, so I can only build up. But if I try and build down, it goes all weird and just like places a single block and it doesn't do anything. And it's like, why would you do that? I don't know. Oh well, it happens. I've probably moaned a lot about Bedrock. As I say, this is the last version of Minecraft I played on before this was the Legacy console version, so the Xbox version. And the controls just felt so tight, and I couldn't help myself but enjoy it. And like, so when I built downwards, it built downwards at the same speed I built, in the same way that when I built upwards, as you can see now, it builds upwards, whereas now I can't. Or like, for example, I used to enjoy that where I faced, if I flew and I sprinted, I would fly that direction, whereas now I have to hold A and try and fly, and it's such a slow process, so you need to have fireworks and elytras, otherwise you go really slowly with your movement, and it's just a nightmare. You'll probably see it later in this video, actually, I think. I do believe I do fly from top to bottom, or bottom to top, using the elytras, because otherwise it takes ages. Like, this is as fast upwards as I can move, and that's as fast downwards as I can move if I'm just flying. And it's like, why is it so slow? Right, next, the big thing I recommend doing is going above and finding the middle point of all your pillars and placing carpets. Now, the reason I recommend carpets and not something like pillars or anything like that is, and look, you can even see I've got fireworks in my inventory, but the reason I choose carpets is because you break one carpet block and it disappears. All of it disappears. So as you can see there, that's me counting in the middle, because I know that block there is the middle, and going all the way to the top. Now, the reason I say you need to go to the middle and go all the way up is because basically when you're building this tool, and with this build you guys will both be able to see it both from the introduction and also the thumbnail, but obviously it curves inwards. I say it curves, it moves inwards, you know, up towards the center. So basically you need to know where the center is, so you know where to stop building, because otherwise you might build one of the pillars too high and then not build the other side and go, ah, I forgot, or something like that, which isn't fun, I'll be honest. So use the carpets, because you can just break the bottom block of carpet and then you can just disappear the carpet, and that means you know where the center is. And as I said, I use this with a lot of builds because it just is such a useful thing. So this next part here, this is where we start the tower. You want to go up by 10 blocks, and then you want to go up again by 10 blocks, and you want to go up on all sides by 10 blocks, and make sure to count carefully. I made a mistake when I first did this, and I think you'll see this in a bit where I do actually deal with it. I don't know if it was this one or the next one. I think it might have been this one, where basically I went up 11 blocks instead of 10 blocks. And the problem I had with that, and the problem I found, was obviously I found it early on because I double checked myself as well, just to make sure that everything is the correct height. But it's very easy to make a mistake and then suddenly get to the top, and this is a very long build. As I say, right, with this tutorial, basically this is the first time I've ever actually built this build. So the first time I'm building this build is also the tutorial, which means that basically the whole lot of cuts you see, or like if you don't see them, haha, I've done good editing, but that's me basically trying things out and seeing if it works or not, and in a lot of cases it didn't work. So it means that basically I go back through and I just double check and I make sure that everything works. So this is why I say you need to be on a super flat world, because this doesn't fit otherwise. If you've cleared a whole bunch of land, go ahead, you know. I think for this build is if you build it, send me photos of it. I'm on Instagram. I am a real catfish on Instagram, funny enough. And if you're here from Instagram, say hi, you know, comment down below saying you've come from Instagram. But basically, yeah, so if you've built it, send pictures, and I'll put it in my story saying, oh yeah, look at this, it's people are building this build, because I'd like to see that people are building it, you know. It's a really cool thing. I think this is probably one of the more realistic versions of the Freedom Tower. Like in one of my previous videos, I think 2 videos before this one will be coming out, I built the quote-unquote world's biggest TIE fighter in Minecraft, and it's giant, and that's really cool, but it's not one of those things you can really make a tutorial out of. But it's a bit of a vanity project, to be honest. You know, but I did enjoy making it. Like, the video was mostly me moaning about it, saying there's not much I can do with it, but it's tricky because I did, to an extent, enjoy it. It's one of those projects that's fun to do, and I did it as a part of a competition with a couple of friends on Instagram. But it's also one of those things that's just, yeah. I've already. You can watch that video. If I'm smart enough, I'll link it at this point. I doubt I will though. But if I do, or if I don't, check out my channel, and it will be the video that's just under this. Or check out the playlist it is in is, wow, all videos, which doesn't help at all, because, you know, you might come here in 20 years time and I might have like 5,000 videos, in which case you won't ever find it. But no, I found with that, it's a fun video, and it was a fun build, but it took a lot of effort for what it was. And yeah, so I won't be doing that again. Although I will be making more TIE Fighter tutorials coming up soon. Because I did a poll on my Instagram, and out of like 30 or 40 people, every single person voted yes. And I didn't even get one no, because usually there's at least one or two no's in the... One or two no's. Like the smelling thing in your face. No, but I usually get like a couple of no's, but that one was 100% yes. So people clearly want to see more TIE Fighter tutorials from the channel, so I will be doing that. And to be quite frank, if I look at my YouTube analytics as well, my TIE Fighter is my highest viewed video. So people really are absolutely for the TIE Fighter tutorials. So, and when I say that as well, I don't just mean like it's like really just like the highest viewed video. I'm talking about the fact that actually it gets the most consistent views. The only video that actually at the minute, which is really weird as well, is doing really actually better, is my modern skyscraper tutorial. Which on a daily basis, so I've got my analytics up here now. My TIE Fighter tutorial has like, so in the last 48 hours it has 10 views, but then my skyscraper tutorial has 15. So either somebody's rewatched it 3 or 4 times quickly just to, you know, go through it and try and follow it, in which case brilliant, I'm glad, you know. If you're watching this because you followed my other modern skyscraper tutorial, comment, you know, say that you followed it, let me know if you enjoyed it, you know, add me on the Xbox or whatever, you know. It's my gamer tag is A Real Catfish. I've got this whole branding thing down. I'm A Real Catfish no matter where I go. I won't ever have Twitter, I don't think. If I do, I'll probably say it, but Twitter scares me. And as you can see here in the video, I built up 11 blocks, and the way you deal with it is just go down one block on all the stuff you built. And once again, this is proof as to why you should double check yourself whilst you're building, because otherwise you'll make mistakes. And they're not fun to rectify. But yeah, so the channel's doing quite well. I'm really pleased with views and stuff. I have my secondary channel where I do more educational type things. So I do stuff like, so for example, I've only got one video up at the minute, but it still is... I mean, it's got 159 views, so it's not bad. And it's basically talking about coordination. And it's semi-animated. It's not properly animated, it's more just I drew pictures in MS Paint and just messed about with it. And I found it really fun to do. And it's talking about actual educational stuff, so people do watch it and go, oh yeah, education, I love it. And my next video, which I do have, is going to be on protein. And I won't say it in that video, but all of my stuff came from, I worked in a, I don't know how legal it is, but I worked in a health and well-being store. Like, if you're in the UK, and you think to yourself, wow, let's go get a natural remedy, you go to this store kind of thing, and it's around the country. I don't know, as I say, how far in depth to go, but all the information that I got on my protein is from that. And after that video's done, all my videos after that will be referenced properly, because at the minute it is a bit kind of, it's not hearsay, but it is, you know, I'm using information I learned which I haven't actually got specific evidence behind it, and I would like to have more evidence, but they take a lot of effort to both animate and also show, so yeah. As you can see, once again, it's just going through, filling all the pillars up. I've sped this whole section up purely because you don't need me to repeat it. So once again, go up by 10 and then come inwards by 1. And it's the same on all 4 sides. So as I say, I'm very pleased with myself that I've actually sped this up, because it does take a long time. And if you are following the tutorial, yeah, it's this is one of those bits where you either pause and put on your Spotify, or I mean, you can carry on watching, you know, you can carry on, you can enjoy what's going on. Hell, you could be watching this and not even following the tutorial. You could be just watching this just to enjoy my voice, in which case, fair enough, you know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for a bit of a chit-chat, you know, have a bit of a gossip with the gods, that kind of thing, but... yeah, no. But yeah, so the second channel only has like 7 subscribers, so it's not mind-blowing, but as I say, that was a fun video to do, the thing. The most recent video on this channel was the tree farm tutorial, the simple tree farm tutorial, and it was fun to do, but yeah, it's not the usual thing I do on the channel. Most of my stuff is, yeah, I try and keep a theme, but well, the theme is Minecraft, so there we go, but that's the first creative, non-creative tutorial I've ever done. So as you can see on screen, we go up by 1 block, and then we come across in a diagonal action towards the other side. You'll see throughout this process that this is my argument for why I hate Bedrock Minecraft, is look at this, I am trying to go in a straight line, and this goddamn game is not allowing me to do this. I can't tell you how mad I get about it. Look! See? I was deleting it and it was clear I was going one direction, but because of the stupid the stupid controls, the game. But hey ho, it's fine. I'm not upset. You know, I'm just disappointed. But as you can see, come across diagonally and then delete the ones out on the outside. So remember, you've gone 1 block up and then you've deleted all the blocks. You see? You see that? God, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. It's fine. But yeah, fill in all this stuff here. I recently went about and I found an old video of a friend who was doing a tour of one of my worlds, and I'm going to put it on my Instagram as well first, I think. But I have a very old fire engine tutorial, not tutorial, just a fire engine build that I had. And I'm wondering if you guys would like to see a tutorial for that, because I think, you know, it'd be something that's cool. And yeah, so we'll have a bit of an old discussion about that, and yeah, we'll go ahead and oh god, I've looked away from the screen a bit too long. I was trying to look up the fire engine that I built. But yes, so next, don't fill this bit in with quartz. You'll need grass, and fill it in with grass instead. The idea is that basically well, when I was building, basically I said to myself, oh god, I've had enough of building, and I just want to have a quick relax from building in the glass, because I know that the glass is going to take hours, and it did take hours. But go up 3, so 2 quartz, 2 smooth quartz blocks, and then 3, and then you basically just all the space where there's not glass, just fill in the quartz blocks at that level you see I'm building it at. And yeah, I used spruce leaves as my leaf, because I felt that something like jungle leaves would look a bit meh, or something along the lines more of I don't know, dark oak. I mean, dark oak leaves are spruce leaves basically, but I just felt that spruce leaves were like going to be the best looking for this build, so that's what I stuck with. So as you can see, just fill it up 3 blocks tall when it comes to it, and go from there. Yeah, what do you guys think about the idea of, because as you can see behind there, you can see that I have a park type thing, and I'm trying to do a mixture of it being based on both a American park, the New York Central Park, and also a mix of that and a park that's in Bath, which is a city I live near to, and so it's a weird mix of both of those, and I'm trying to get it so it looks somewhere in between. So I've got a pond in there and all these bits and bobs, but I'm going to work on that quite a bit more, get the trees in there. But that's going to be something I don't do on cam because building a park isn't fun. Like, not in a horrible way to the camera, but like the thing you guys seem to want to see is more buildings. Unless you want to see the park builds, in which case fair enough. I could do a tutorial on the really giant trees because that's one of the things I do have in there is giant trees. In the past I built an Endor style map, and it's not finished sadly. A lot of my builds aren't finished, but I did build these gigantic trees, so I could do a tutorial on how you could build those if you guys would like. I'm not against that. So as you can see, still just filling in grass. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but it does take a while. That's one of the... See, I moan a lot about the negatives of Bedrock, but there is a lot of positives. And one of those positives is the fact that it's very quick and easy to fill things in, you know? I think at this point I also then update the actual leaves because I realised that having giant squares doesn't look great. So reduce it down by 2 on the edges and then go in by 1, and as you can see at the top just fill in a single line and then make sure it's 1 away from the edge, and that is your decoration there. So it's not a huge amount of greenery, but the actual image, as I said, I was using as reference, didn't have all that much greenery anyway, so it's not like I'm going too far outside of the bubble there. It's really crazy because my TIE Fighter tutorial has like 244 views, but my TIE Interceptor only has 38. So maybe, I don't know what the issue, I'm not sure. Maybe the TIE Interceptor's just not that well known. Like maybe, maybe all you guys watching the videos just genuinely don't know the TIE Interceptors exist, but who knows. At some point I'm going to be doing a TIE Advanced Interceptor, TIE Advanced tutorial, and also a TIE Bomber tutorial as well. And also, I'm not sure what audio this is all going to come through, but I also have an updated TIE Fighter, so using updated blocks, so the wings are thinner, and all these bits and bobs. And next you want to go through and get not quartz stairs, andesite stairs. The reason I use andesite stairs is it kind of looks like marbling. And also another block you will want in a moment, which I haven't got out just yet, and we'll discuss it anyway there, but is crimson buttons. Crimson buttons are really important as well for this little bit. As I say, this is just small detailing, and if you were to skip this part, fair enough. But as I say, I think it adds to the actual build, and I think that personally it ensures the build looks good and it looks full, because if you don't have this part, then you don't have greenery attached to the build. And I just think that's sad, you know, you got to have that little bit of grass, you know, you got to have the green grass kind of thing. Talking of grass, there you go. Yeah, so it all comes together to look nicely. In my previous recording, actually, I was talking about the world's tallest builds. Not builds, but like buildings. And obviously number 1 is the Burj Khalifa. And I'm just having a whole discussion about the idea that I could do like a whole world's top 5 tallest buildings or something. And let's quickly have a look. So, my discussion was basically, so the top ones that were there were the Lot World Trade Center, which is in South Korea. And that was a really cool build. It looked similar to an extent to the Freedom Tower, but it just had a slightly different roof area. So it still had that inward curve that the Freedom Tower has, but it's obviously different, it's not the same thing. As I said a minute ago, you'll need crimson buttons, and then just follow what I do on screen. So you go, as soon as I got the crimson buttons, there we go. So you go in, and the big things I can say is, there you go. I got really confused. I was like, oh my god, how am I going to fit it in the corner? And I just said, no, there'll be no crimson button in the corner. So, just follow as I do. Easy peasy. So as you can see in this bit here, it only goes along 2, just to make sure. So it fits the bang, the general vibe. As I say, wherever you want to build this in your world, fantastic. I bet it will look fantastic, you know? And as I say, I'm very glad this world isn't on a normal world, because this is one of those times that building a normal world would not work at all in my favour. I can't believe it, I just realised I missed a button as well. I'm going to have to go back and fill that in at some point. But yeah, so the World Trade Center is quite cool in South Korea. Then there's the Ping An International Center in China. Right, quickly, you're going to fill in the glass next, and this is going to take a long time, and I can promise you it's not going to be fun. That's a guarantee on my part, and I'm terribly sorry. I do believe I show you how to do it once, and then I will skip it forward just to where it's finished, just purely so you don't have to watch me fill in 4 different sides. But yeah, the Ping An Finance Center, I could build that in Minecraft, that's not too difficult. It's quite a cool shape as well, I reckon it would fit nicely in the world. But the most interesting one, which was the 3rd tallest building, which is the 4th tallest structure. So this building is the Makkah Royal Clock Tower, and that is just an amazing, an amazing skyscraper thing. Because it's not just a skyscraper, it's also got the largest clock face, and it's just this gigantic, I think, it almost looks religious, you know, and that's the incredible thing. Is I think this build is religious because it is near the the Holy Mosque. There you go, and yeah, it's incredible, just an incredible looking building and incredible stuff connected to it. So I might build that at some point, just purely for the fact that it's such an amazing looking build. Right, this one I did slow down just to make sure you can keep up with, but as you can see, I go through and fill in the glass in the space at a diagonal. So as I say, I've left this at normal speed purely so you can just follow this, and so I can also make sure I know what I'm doing as well. As I say, I think this tutorial itself is probably going to run to about 1 hour and 10-ish minutes, so nothing wrong with it, but it just takes so long. How has your guys' day been? You know, it's for me, I'm coming up to the end, it's nearly bedtime, you know, kind of thing. I'm joking, it's not anywhere near bedtime. I've had lectures all day, and I'm hopeful that this will be the last thing I do, and then I can relax, and I'll be able to do a full Thanos thing where I just look down upon a grateful universe, that kind of thing. No, but in all seriousness, this video has taken a lot of effort, so if you guys could give it a like, I would be so grateful. It's taken hours and hours and hours to do. Like, it's not the most difficult build or tutorial in the world, but it really has taken that long to get done, and I'm just ready for it to be done, kind of thing, you know. The actual effort of filling in all this space and recording, and then I'd say the most difficult part wasn't the recording, it wasn't in the filling in, it's been the actual editing of this video has been the most difficult part, because it's the making sure the cuts work properly, it's making sure the audio's matched up properly, it's making sure that the music isn't copyrighted for the 4th time in a row. Oh, all these different things really add up really quickly to suddenly make for either a really fantastic video or a really crap video. And I'm hoping that it's not even a crap video, it's more saying the fact that I just couldn't actually upload it because I didn't want to be copyrighted. Yeah. So as I say, it's just following the structure here. Just easy peasy, nothing to worry about, you know. one of my favourite things is going to the top of the tower and just looking down on the rest of the world and just seeing how actually gigantic this thing is. This is not a small build. It does go up to the world limit, and this is one of those things that I will say as well is if you want to build a really good tower, I don't recommend using this build. Now the reason what I mean by tower is the very top peak bit where it has the antenna. The tower itself I think is the best. It's fabulous, but the antenna at the top, because of the world height limit, I got limited, and I will discuss it more when we get up there, but it was just difficult because I lost it and I was like, oh no. And yeah, it took a lot of attempts to get it the right height, as in the actual build itself, let alone the antenna on top. I could have made it so that all of the quartz pillar blocks were only 9 blocks tall, but the problem I had with that was it would just look a bit weird and chubby, and it wouldn't have looked as brilliant of a tower as it should look, because this is one of those towers that, you know, it represents something in the US, and hell, the fact it was called the Freedom Tower represents something as well, you know. It's symbolic, you know, it's meant to look good, and so it is, and also it is a big build, you know. In real life it's the 5th or 6th tallest building in the world, so it's one of those things that actually, yeah, it should be that high. So yeah. Yeah, this is the tallest building in America, for example, and, you know, this is on YouTube. If you type in, like, Freedom Tower tutorial, you know, it's like hundreds of people have made videos on it, because it is a really popular thing people talk about. People love a Freedom Tower, you know. This is fair enough. I don't blame you, you know. The Freedom Tower is a really cool building, you know. It looks fantastic, you know. It's like the Shard in London, you know. It's not at all the same, but it's still something that's recognisably cool. And, God, I'm really not a fan of this diagonal building. Ugh. It's stuff like this just makes me think to myself, maybe I should switch to PC. But the problem is on PC, I'd end up using a controller anyway, because that's just how I like to play. And so nothing would change. No, because that's part of the way I do actually do my third-person viewings, is I record it in a third person, and then I will go back through and so I'll go through, record it in a third person, and then I'll go back through and so the third person is on my Xbox, because I have the Elgato game recording device thing, and then on my PC, on my laptop, I will then play the Minecraft, because I bought it twice. What can I say? I'm not an economist, you know. So it's fine. It was only like 20 quid, but that's fine. I can afford that. But I was hesitant to do it as well, because I was like, well, I already have it on my Xbox, and my Xbox is linked to my PC, so why can't I just play it like that? What's going on? But it's fine. I paid the money. I don't have any regrets, and I still get to make what I hope is cool videos. Which obviously this one isn't a third-person video. This is a first-person video, but still, you get the general idea of what I'm saying. Is yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Yeah. I think this will probably end up being the genuinely tallest build on the map, because obviously, I mean, obviously theoretically I can't make it any taller, but I think as a general thing, this will probably be one of the tallest buildings I've made ever. I think I don't want to make it sound too cocky kind of thing, but like I'd say the height from the floor is just gigantic. And if you build this on your city map, if you do have one, or if you just want to build this in your world, understand that this will be the biggest, and it will outshine every other build that's on your map. And it's not like a cocky thing, it just is a genuine, because it is the way it's built. It's designed to be big, and it's designed to be, you know, you look up and you can't see the top kind of thing. That's the way it's designed as an actual build in this Minecraft map that I've got. It's meant to be just fantastic. As I say, the biggest build before that was that blue building over there with the sandstone, which you saw in one of my other videos, Wink. Once again, check out my channel for that. And that is the tallest build on this map at this moment. Well, it was the tallest map on this map in the moment. But obviously this Freedom Tower's come along and blown that whole idea out of the water. So, you know how it is. You build a Freedom Tower, you've built them all kind of thing. But yeah, no. I enjoy it because it's interesting, because all those other buildings aren't small. You know, it's just the most interesting thing to me is that black and white building down there, for example, is gigantic. But the Freedom Tower's bigger. And it's bigger by like an entire, I could probably fit another black and white tower on top of the black and white tower, and it still probably wouldn't be as tall as the Freedom Tower is. That's the kind of height we're working with right now. One of the nice things I like about Java as well is the coordinates are in the top left all the time. Because back with Legacy, it used to be that your coordinates were on the map, so you get your map out and that's where coordinates would be. But obviously that's, thankfully that's not how that works anymore, because I like the idea of actually being able to see them all the time. I know that on Java Edition you guys have to do a whole menu thing, and that's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong, but yeah. At the minute, Minecraft is adding, it's the 1.17 update, so they're just about to add mountains. Apparently that's coming out in the summer, so maybe June, July, that kind of time. And I see a whole bunch of people having a chat about that, which is really cool. And I have to admit, that does look like a really cool update when it comes out. You know, they've got like snow. I even quickly updated my PC version of Minecraft just so I could play on it a tiny minute. And I gotta say, wow, you know, it's an amazing, fantastic thing they've got going on, you know. Very big fan of it. The mountains are just insane to look at, and obviously once again I'm Windows 10 version, so I don't get to see the caves just yet, but I'm very excited because I've seen all the videos talking about it. It's a very fun update that's going to come out soon. And so on one of my legacy worlds back on the Xbox 360, now that's a long time ago, but I built a city area with a mountain. Now the mountain was more of a hill, and if you watch my city build compilation, I think it is, I am just linking all of my videos, by the way, just keep watching those videos. Lots of videos with lots of different cities in them. But if you watch that build video, it's not a build, it's a video, it's a compilation type thing, so you get to see, it's fun because you get to watch the entire world build up, but a person came onto the world, I say a friend, it was just a person. They came in and they griefed because I allowed people to build, because I thought to myself, you know what, if someone wants to build, go ahead, you know, I don't have an issue with that. But what happened was this person put lava all over one of my really tall ice skyscrapers, and that corrupted the world, and I couldn't get back to it. And I can't tell you how heartbreaking that was, because that was a world I spent years on. But it's fine, it's cool, it's whatever. I'm a cool dude, I can take pain. I'll try not to cry. But basically, yeah, this miniature mountain that you'll be able to see, and I had a bit of inspiration from the gigantic mountains in this new 1.17 update. And I gotta say, this is I don't have world edit on this world, and I'm trying my best to build a gigantic mountain, and this mountain it's large, and yeah, it makes a lot of my I've basically tried to make it as large as many of the buildings, just so it is a mountain rather than just being a hill, because the idea is it's meant to not be something you can go by, you know, it's meant to be something that's there, it's big, it's there, it's in your base. There's the Xbox, no, there's the RTX map on, if you've got a PC that can run RTX maps, try out, it's called like Sunset City or something, and that one has a gigantic mountain as well, and it is as tall as, if not taller than, the mountains, and so I'm trying to get as many of these different things all interconnected as possible, just trying to say, yeah, let's make it as big as possible, let's make it so the skyscrapers are looking a bit small next to it, kind of thing. On my Instagram, I've just uploaded the fire truck question, just saying, oh yeah, would you guys like to see a tutorial for the fire truck, because that's something I've got on one of my old words I just remembered I've got, and people are apparently very hyped for it, so it looks like that'll be something that happens. I think after this, a lot of the tutorials will remain smaller, purely based on how much of a difficulty this one's been. I really have tried my best with this, but I am wary. I have been worn out by this video, and I am ready for it to stop. As I say, this is like the 4th time I've tried to upload this video, so I'm really fingers crossed, toes crossed, arms crossed, legs crossed, eyes crossed, that kind of thing. Everything's crossed, hoping that it all works out, because if it doesn't, I'm actually going to be upset. That's the voice of a tired man and the laugh of a very tired man. Now, as you can see, it's just easy peasy squeezy lemon. Yeah, no, it's sad because I've had this recording device and software for ages, but I've not had the actual computing power for it, which has absolutely been heartbreaking, because you need to have a high quality laptop to be able to work it properly. I say high quality, it needs to be a certain quality, not high quality per se, but it needs to be at least a certain quality to be able to upload and record videos. Like this laptop I'm using at the minute is, yeah, it's strong enough. Yeah, no, it's a really powerful laptop. I'm really happy with it. I bought it and I spent a lot of money on it, and I've worked a very long time. And yeah, this is the biggest single thing I spent money on, and I'd say it was worth every penny. You know, based purely on the just enjoyment alone. So I'm a happy man with it, kind of thing. I try not to move it too much because I'm terrified of breaking it, but as a general rule of thumb, whatever. Right, finally, the glass is filled in. Next, fill in all the other glass on all the other sides. So, go up to the roof, and ignore this tiny bit I've just done here. What you want to do is go up by one more. Any second now, I'll catch myself up. Come on. Come on, past me. There we go. So you go in, and you just place a block all the way across, like so. Across like such. As you can see, the other skyscrapers, you can't even see the floor from there. So if you were to walk about on the floor, you're not seeing the top of this skyscraper, which is both fun and bad. It's fun because it's bad because, you know, oh dear, the skyscraper, you can't see it. But it's fine, who cares? Filling in floors with this would be really difficult as well because it's not a square, it doesn't keep the same shape. Like with that, most skyscrapers are squares. So you can kind of do that fairly easily. Next, you want to go ahead and get some stone blocks. As soon as I catch up. There you go, stone. So, fill in the whole roof space that you've just made. And yeah, this is, it's not perfect, but this is as best I could do with the space I had left, because the 254 block height limit is not good, it's not enough. Unless, as I say, the update comes along and they say like, oh yeah, it turns out the build height limit's actually been increased to like 400 blocks. Haha. Hell, I'd even take 300 blocks. But it's fine, it's whatever, you know, who cares? Don't tell anyone. There we go. I think that's a big thing with a lot of Minecraft projects, is they do take a long time to do. Like, as I say, this whole process itself took about 6 hours to actually build it properly. So if you've got a spare, I don't think it would take that long, because once again, for me, I was going through and double checking things. So like thinking, oh yes, does this block work, or would I prefer this block? And that whole bit down the bottom, so that 35 by 35 down the bottom, that took a very long time to do, because I wasn't just sure what matched with what. And it took me a long time to actually get the right shape and make it look like it properly went together and was meant to be. So yeah, I'm hoping that's all come together nicely, and you'll see it at the end as well. I already showed a bit of a showcase at the start, but you'll see it at the end as well. So, next, you want to go back in with your smooth quartz blocks again. Any second now, as soon as I do move. This is once again an example of me thinking about what I'm going to do next. So this is probably why it did take so long, was I was thinking to myself, what block should I use, what should I do, and also checking the reference image I had. So, go in, and with the smooth quartz blocks, go up by 2 blocks, and do it again all the way around. So in total, these blocks around the corners are 4 blocks tall. I wonder what new updates, because after the cave and cliffs update, I'm intrigued to see what will be the newest update after that, because obviously they've got these gigantic mountains. This, I suppose the only things they can really do an update would be stuff like I suppose the desert could be updated, jungle biomes could probably be updated. I think the end is a big thing that could be updated. And I think, you know what, I'm going to make a whole sales pitch for the end. So the end could be updated to just have more in there. Like, I know it's the end and it's not much there kind of thing, but it feels like they could change a lot kind of thing. Like, I don't know. I don't think they could really change it properly, but in theory they could, you know? Right. Next, go in and go like I'm doing here. So 2 blocks, 3, so this is 5 blocks here on the edge, and then 2, and then 2, and then 2, and then 5. I hope I actually show you how far in you have to come, because if not, that means that I've lost the clip. How did I have? Okay. Right, basically, go from the center, and I think the way I did it was I went to the center, and then so I made sure that I was in the very center, and then I just went out from there. So make sure that from the center you can fit this, basically. That's the best way I can recommend doing this, because otherwise you're going to be disappointed. As you can see, you need prismarine brick and smooth quartz blocks as always, and make that pattern there, and then obviously go up, and you can see the patterns I've got there. So 3 high. You might be shocked, but you're going to repeat that same pattern you've already done several times, as I've done, and yeah, go from there. Easy peasy, squeezy lemon, that kind of thing. As I say, I feel that the build needs to be, height limit needs to be a lot taller, because if it's not, it doesn't allow for the actual proper height of the tower for the antenna for the top, which I really want to have, which is a shame, because the antenna looks good, you know, in the actual real world thing, you know, there's a cool antenna, and yeah, it's sad that it doesn't fit, but it's fine, it's whatever. Yeah. You know what the strangest thing I've had recently was, I was on the train, and there was these young men running about, and I got a bit nervous because one of them caught the attention of the guard that was going about on the train, and shouted the guard box was open, and went sprinting off, leading the guard one way, and then one of the other kids went sprinting up towards the front, and I got really concerned because I was like, oh my god, like, what's going on? Are we about to be hijacked? Like, oh no. It turns out he just wanted the train driver to honk the horn kind of thing. So I think the kids were really into trains, which I don't have an issue with. You know, you go do you, you know, live the life you're living kind of thing. You know, like, you should have all been wearing masks. That's not good of them, but whatever, you know. It can't be. You can't force other people to do it, because, especially with these kids, you know, I think they were a bit possibly differently abled kind of thing. So it's not their fault kind of thing. It's well, that's probably why they weren't wearing masks, is because they weren't needing to or something, maybe, I don't know. It's very excited little kids though, so both kind of funny and a bit kind of like scary, because as I say, they were sprinting about, and it's like one false move and someone trips kind of thing, and it's like no, it's just I've got a bike that I picked up from my hometown, so that's cool. So I should have my bicycle with me now, which is nice. Next, use that prismarine and go all the way up to the build height limit if you're on 8. I'll be honest, that's the way I've kind of done it, and then come down 3. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 21, 22. So I'd say about 25 blocks tall, and yeah, work from that. So 25 blocks tall, and then break 3 and leave it so there's 3 blocks at the top 3. And you'll also want to get out prismarine, what's it called? Prismarine walls. There we go. Go down by 2 blocks and then build up again by 2. So as you can see, it's nowhere near tall enough. And then next, you get smooth quartz blocks, stairs, and you go up. And I personally did it. Once again, this is a bit of eyeballing. So you go up 1 block from where you were, so you land on those side blocks that you can see behind, and then you go up by 1 block, and then connect it all like so. And then using stone, which I do believe is what's used, yep, stone, basically fill in all that space between, and just make sure it all connects to the stairs above. So once again, the whole idea is to build up an antenna type thing, so it just fits nicely. Perfect. And perfect, there we go. So just, it's difficult because I'm a bit bugged, so 3 blocks, isn't it? So I'd say about 8 blocks up. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'd say about 8 blocks up, and then the 9th block is where the stairs are. And then that is just about, and I'm not saying it's perfect because it's really not, I'm actually quite disappointed. as I say, this is now the 4th or 5th time I've tried to render the video, so I think some stuff has been lost between edits and between actual uploading, so I think certain things have been lost, which disappoints massively. But come down 2 blocks, so 1 block down from the top, and then as you can see, follow what I'm doing there. So basically have all the stuff face one way and then the other way. So have it, for example, all east and south, east and north, no, east and west, or north and south, not anything else. And once again, I'm really bugged by this, but come down about 6 blocks and repeat the same pattern. So 5, yes, I did actually show it, 5 blocks, brilliant. As I say, I was nearing the end of my building capabilities as well. So there's a certain level of, I lost the recordings, and a certain level of I was out of patience, because it's so, go up 2 blocks here, as you can see on all sides. This isn't the final result, but just follow what I'm doing. Then, 1 block down from there, come down 2, 3, and then, there you go, so just come down 2, and then 2 again, and then 3, and then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, and then you come up from here, 3, 4, 5, and then come in by 1, and then 2, 3, 4. So the whole process is it's like a whole bunch of 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2 kind of thing. And yeah, so that's how this is. So once again, you just repeat it on all 4 sides. And if you do have the space above, what I recommend is make the tower nice and tall. You know, make that top bit where the prismarine is at the top nice and tall. Don't be afraid to make that really tall. You know, make it impressive. You know, it's I was disappointed and limited by the fact that I was stuck by the world height limit. You know, and I can't help that. There's nothing I can do to change that. But it is what it is, kind of thing. There you go. I'm really looking forward to this video being done, because the first time I did this, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and I took a lot of pleasure in it, and I really did enjoy it. But I've now gotten to a bit of a point where it's like, this is now the 4th time, and I'm a bit sick of it. I'm a bit sick of watching the same clip, watching it kind of thing. I'm ready to be done, and all that good stuff, so I'm hoping this is it. Just need to add the music, and then that's us done. But, as you can see, that is the tower completed. As you can see, the prismarine, like I said, all it needs is to be taller. So that prismarine block in the centre just needs to be taller, and it's perfect. But, that is the general tower done, so the last thing to happen will be building the doors. And then the tutorial is done. So, for the doors, what you want to do is, we're not there just yet, but we'll talk about it. Go in, break 2 blocks, and 2 blocks, and 2 blocks, and once again come away 1 from the edge. So as you can see, what I've done here is the idea, there's lots of doorways to get in the building kind of thing. I always recommend going from left to right as well, because it just doesn't work otherwise. But following the tutorial, so 1 away from the edge, and then break 2 blocks, and then 2 blocks again, and so on and so forth. And yeah, that is, as soon as these doors are finished, the tutorial. So you'll see a little fly about again when I'm done. And yeah, there's a few things I did add off camera, like the black glass near the top, which I did just completely forget. I ran out of time during the recording. And yeah, so that is the tower. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.